Hello there. Here we go. Those arch-Remainers Tony Blair and Keir Starmer are stoking fears of a return to the dark politics of the 1930s. In a speech at the Chatham House think tank today, Tony Blair made the case for globalisation and, showing his true globalist credentials, took a swipe at populism on both the left and the right of politics. He said that globalisation was on the back foot due to a rising populism, and that once populism started failing, the populists would just double down, claiming that it was only failing because of a half-hearted approach. Who knows where the dynamic of that scenario takes us, Blair said. Then the comparisons with the 1930s no longer seem far-fetched. He also said that Parliament must reassert itself, but then went on confusingly to say on Brexit that the people must make the final decision, because only they have the right to decide what version of Brexit they want, or whether, in the light of all they now know, they would prefer to remain. So he wants to dispel populism, i.e. the democracy of that he does not agree with, and have another crack of the whip at keeping the UK in the EU. But one thing he said will definitely raise a few eyebrows. He said that there is an absurd parody that globalisation is a project of the political elite. But actually globalisation, he said, is a force driven primarily not by governments, but by people, and resisting it is dangerous. I would say it is completely the opposite. Globalisation is foisted on the people by huge corporations pushing their agendas through lobbyists into parliaments and onto the law books. And according to the shadow Brexit Secretary Keir Starmer, the current Brexit deadlock is stoking European fascism, reports The Independent. There is now a real danger that this continued deadlock will fuel public anxiety and alienation. Progressives and socialists across Europe should all be concerned about this. It mirrors the rise of right-wing and authoritarian parties across the Western world, he is quoted as saying. Can't these people see that more and more people are seeing through all this globalist nonsense, and they just want to regain control over their lives and where they live? The Prime Minister is reported to be planning to sidestep her Brexit War Committee and have a full Cabinet Chequers summit to thrash the EU customs problems out. According to The Sun, she has scrapped plans for the 11-strong subcommittee to meet prior to this, which has given rise to fears that Theresa May could be planning to drive a softer Brexit plan through the whole Cabinet, which is Remain-led by a factor of 15 to 10. Now that would definitely cause a Brexiteer meltdown, and maybe the big boot for May out of number 10. Spread betting tycoon, Brexiteer and former Tory party treasurer Peter Cruddas told the Press Association that the UK should either get the right deal or just walk away. And he said we should just get on with it because business needs certainty. He also accused those in the House of Lords that had supported amendments to the EU withdrawal bill to give Parliament the so-called meaningful vote of trying to block Brexit, and that MPs who backed them were voting against the constituents' wishes. The Bank of England has issued its biannual financial stability report, in which it says that in its continued judgment, the UK banking system could support the real economy through a disorderly Brexit. It also says that the UK banking system has made positive progress towards Brexit, but that this has not yet been mirrored in the EU. This means, it says, that material risks remain where such things as maintaining the continuity of existing derivative contracts are concerned. There are believed to be £29 trillion worth of such contracts which could become unserviceable after March next year if action is not taken, says the BBC. Looking through the financial press, you can see that on one side there are claims that all that will happen is that the relevant derivative trade will be moved to the EU. But some say that unless this is properly and quickly dealt with, the EU will suffer as much as the UK, if not more, should any problems arise. And in case you missed it, a YouGov poll marking 2 years since the EU referendum shows that 53% of respondents think that Brexit should go ahead. Splitting that 53% up, 42% said Brexit should continue along its current lines, and 11% said we should go for a softer Brexit. 21% of respondents said we should call a new referendum, and 13% wanted the whole Brexit process stopped. But just about everyone is on the same hymn sheet, though, when assessing the government's handling of the Brexit issue. Amongst all respondents, 67% said it was being handled badly, and only 20% said it was being handled well. Amongst the Leave voters, it was a 57% to 33% majority saying it was being handled badly, and among Remain voters that majority rocketed to 79% to 11%. Not good reading for Theresa May. Finally, just when Remainers are talking of a UK car industry on the brink of implosion due to the lack of investment all because of Brexit, up pops Jaguar Land Rover with a £20 billion plan for the next 5 years to include new cars as well as new engines being built in its Wolverhampton plant. It's not all Brexit doom and gloom out there, you know. So, please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.